Alright, now we can go and do the...
You did. Led by a white elk to a lost babe in the woods. A fated encounter.
Fated, yes. As if gifted from one guardian to another, he was bestowed on us like a babe among the reeds.
Alright, so that was about Wallace, her brother. Remember we went to hunt down a few wolves, I think, with her. And she told us that she found her brother in the forest. And she just reminded us of that. Ah! Trees in the way. No, we're all full. Okay. I guess we can... on the horse, maybe? She just dove out of the way of the horse. That's, you know, some of those mechanics that they have there are obviously only made for combat. And are kind of, you know, melodramatic. Okay. Let's try this way then, I guess. So, you know, like, I think in the real world, a horse would, you know, not charge at a human, that they would have to get out of the way. Like, if the rider controls the horse, of course. A horse is a horse, of course. But, in the case of, like, are there any riches nearby that we might want to collect? I guess this abbey has some riches left. Oh, but that's level 160. Nah, we don't want to risk that, I guess. Where is this anyway? Lincolnshire. I think we're still not at... oh, we're at 147 at least. Where was I? Damn it, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, a horse would not charge.
He may have stayed somewhere nearby.
If he did, he left traces.
Over where?
Let's see you, old friend.
You know, a horse would probably just approach and either run around a human or, you know, even stop and say hello to the human in case of her, who is someone, you know, our horse knows.
Oh no, Eivor! Over here!
A set of tools. If they belonged to Wallace, why would he take them from his satchel here?
That leads below ground, to who knows where. Let's keep our wits about us.
Oh, was he delving and spelunking? Well, here is his camp. Oh, some opal. Thank you. Seem to be some friendlies down there.
Careful, Petra. Look at its eyes.
Oh.
There's something wrong with this one.
Strange and heavy. I don't recognize it.
There's a familiar sourness, but I can't place it. Not the smell of death. It is almost pleasant.
Oh, there is gas or something down here. And that's why the boar was attacking us. Stupid that the combat kind of ran over the conversation.
Must be Wallace's clothes. The trousers are wet. Probably pissed himself.
I think he probably got high in here. Examine.
Wallace stayed here. Seems he made something to eat.
Someone was wounded. A knife attack, I think.
Oh my god, Eivor! Eivor, come this way!
What have you found?
I saw it, Eivor! I saw him nearby!
Wallace?
The white elk! The white elk that brought me to Wallace years ago. It was there! I saw it there!
Are you certain?
As sure as I see you now.
Yeah, this mission could have used some more testing, I think. Like that she's talking from far away and barely audible.
Petra! Where are you?
Eivor! I'm here! Come!
Okay, so we're hallucinating, I guess.
Mimir, guide me. Have I lost her too?
Guess we're running that way.
Petra! Show yourself! It's getting dark!
Ah, a white elk.
Ah, the elk. You will know where she has gone.
Yeah, we're tripped. We're really on a trip right now.
I am sorry to trouble you, Lord.
Eivor, nice to see you here.
Are you?
Oh, that's Wallace.
You told me about.
Of course I am. Look at me.
It may be you can help me. Petra's disappeared. I need to find her before the sun slips away.
No, Petra hasn't disappeared. She's close, very close, and waiting for you. Follow me.
You are the guardian of this place. Deliver comforting life out here among the hills and dales of Mercia.
Oh, I get on, you know. I eat, I sleep, I frolic. I want for nothing and enjoy every moment. It is a decent life. And what are you and Petra doing out here, lurking about in the woods? Hunting, maybe?
In a way, yes. We're looking for her brother Wallace. She's been waiting for him all day.
Oh, my dear, yes. Where could Wallace be? Oh, where? Oh, where indeed? Ha!
Is Petra near? I fear we've lost her.
She was here a moment ago.
What is happening?
I cannot stay. Not here, not now.
Jotnar, here in Midgard. Return to Jotunheim! Go now or die here!
Oh my.
With Petra!
I guess we ran into a bandit camp, I hope. Because otherwise...
What have you done to Petra? Answer me!
Eivor! I'm here!
I will make them talk, Petra. I must know the truth. I must know where you are.
Eivor, I am right here. There is no need to question this carrion further.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Now come! I believe I know where we'll find Wallace. Up there! His trail leads this way.
Petra, I met your old friend the White Elk, but he vanished before my eyes before I found you.
You were visited!
For a time. We talked until he vanished into the empty air. A shame, really. I enjoyed his presence.
Oh, look there!
This is strange, say, dear Petra. Where are you?
Over here!
Yeah, I think there were just gases down where...
Eivor, come on! I'm up here!
Petra? How are you doing this?
There's no trick to it. I think about it, and it works. Easy as walking. Try it.
Again? Petra, how? How can I do that, Petra?
Yes, just try it. Move! Run in a straight line!
No, no, no! Too far! Too far! Amazing.
You did it, just like your Sunan, and not a scratch on you. Now let's go. Wallace should be over there.
Are you sure Wallace is here? I see no one.
I believe so. We should ask the rabbits. They will know something.
Of course. The rabbits.
This is a trippy mission.
We've been here before.
This is where the wolves attacked us.
Right. Let us hope their spirits are not restless and that they do not wake to maul us.
Oh
Of
no.
course they are.
The wolf spirits have wakened.
Good day, sir. Hope I'm not intruding. Have you seen your brother Wallace? This one doesn't speak rabbit.
Petra, hurry!
This one doesn't speak rabbit.
Have you seen a man named Wallace around here? I see.
Snowstorm.
The elk has returned! Do you see it? The white elk leading us to Wallace just as before.
I see him. I do.
Come on, Eivor, chase the elk! No, please don't disappear! Not now! Not until we have Wallace!
No! No! Don't go!
Wait, we're home. Full circle with nothing to show for it.
So what are we looking at?
Wallace? You stone-brained stoat! We've been looking for you!
And here I am, freshly rested and ready to work.
You're days late!
I was carrying quite a burden coming home. It slowed me down some, so I made a camp and picked some mushrooms for a nice soup. Turns out I picked some funny mushrooms, sent me into a tizzy, tore off my clothes, woke up naked and bruised in the woods. So I snuck home, naked as the day God made me, and grabbed some clothes. Now I'm off to get my tools.
Mushrooms.
So the elk, just another dream.
Maybe so. But don't scoff at dreams. They're often worth more than our waking hours. I may still be buzzing from these mushrooms, but this is nice.
I had fun today. Maybe we could do it again. Without the mushrooms.
We could. But I'll have to ask the rabbits for permission.
Okay, that was a nice little mission. And give us 2 more skill points. Yay! So, let's see. We have stealth recon, so we get the stealth bonus. The range damage, that's nice. Fire resistance or assassination damage. We could get some more, but we just want to get... Is it here? No, it's one up here. Arrow reinforcement. We have quite a ways to go here. But okay, sounds good. Oh, we have 2 more points. Oh, we already had. Did we get 4 for this level? Interesting. We have the wolf. I guess that's all we can right now. Go to melee link. Not right now. So 4 more points, and then I don't know how many do you need to go through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if we want to pick up this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 7 would be 11 points or something until we can see this one. So that's quite a bit of a way to walk. That was a fun mission. You're in the... Oops. I think I just killed a crow or something. Alright. But you know, that's a nice thing. This village, you know, usually you're kind of on the road all over the place in an Assassin's Creed game. And I like that here in Valhalla, you know, with your settlement, it actually kind of, you know, relaxes the game a little bit. You know, without having to find, you know, artificial reasons for your lone wanderer to return. Oh, is there a Roman artifact, I think, is that? Let's see if we can get there without getting killed, I guess. It's already a little bit in enemy territory, in like the higher level area, but we'll see. But yeah, so it's really nice that you know, it kind of gives you an opportunity to occasionally come back and regroup without it feeling artificial, or, you know, like without them having to come up with random story reasons of why you would return home. You know, there doesn't have to be a danger for you to return to Ravensthorpe. Whereas in Odyssey, basically, you were just passing through wherever you were. So your mission drove you to certain places, and unless the mission said, oh, the Order has gained a foothold at home, you didn't really have a reason to return. You know, which is not a bad thing, but just, like, gives it a different feel. For the simple reason that you're... seems to be a little dilapidated. There? Nope. Okay, we got an old pillow. So, you know, it's just a different story that you're telling. The one of the lone wanderer headed somewhere, or in this case, the story of someone, you know, trying to build a city and then going out to kind of protect the city and keep it safe. You know, it's a... I guess it's a sort of a bit of an American story, you know, like we pacify the area so that we are safe. Okay, so is this still full of his mushroom smoke? Nope. Okay, good. Oh, so she's just lying on the floor there. That's nice. This crazy music whenever you pick up a Roman artifact. Oh. Big snake. Lucky we didn't run into that before. But yeah, I guess his mushroom smoke has disappeared. Temple of Pluto. Oh, this is my temple? Hello. Okay, I think my Pluto impression needs some work. A lot of work. Maybe I should just give up right here. But I hope you got what I meant. Nice view. What things are nearby? An unknown zealot. Well, I guess we can go over there and maybe see what the zealot's name is. Because usually the missions are, oops, sort of safe. Huh. It's kind of, I like England post-Romans as almost a metaphor for you know, humans after the Isu. I wish they did more like that, but really all the Isu stuff kind of looks like looks as old, you know, as the ancient times, so that's a bit weird. My guess is that since we're experiencing the Isu, I think I mentioned that before. Yeah, I know I mentioned that before a couple of times. Oh, that could be a puzzle. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's another puzzle. Okay. Let's have a short look around before we start it, but, yes. Oh, that's, not part of the puzzle, that's just adrenaline. Anyway, yeah, since we're experiencing all this through the minds of Eivor and, to a lesser extent, Layla. Maybe that's why it all looks kind of Viking or Greek. You know, maybe that's the closest they could make of those memories, kind of to explain them to themselves without having all the context and having lived in that brain for so long. Alright, so let's do a fun fly agaric puzzle.
How strange.
Oh, that's a new one. That's mean. I thought I'd get a nice puzzle and then... Alright, come on. Yeah, I think I got you. Whew. That was not nice. You're being mean to me. I was hoping for a nice, fun puzzle. And then you go here and make me fight bears. Seriously. Okay, where was that adrenaline mushroom? I really could use a bit more.
I feel great.
I feel great. But I mean, as someone who's grown up, you know, in a fairly secure time, in a fairly secure country, as part of a secure class of society, I kind of wonder you know how much of the personality of Eivor, basically, because it's really, that's the fictional character that reminded me of it. And but you know, Eivor is supposedly kind of the image that we have of, you know, Vikings and ancient cultures and things, and that it was more violent back then. And I mean, that was probably because a lot of life was more of a life and death situation. So there was just not as much time to think things over and react, you know. Because if a bear, like, you know, I've never in my life had a bear run at me and try to attack me. Or a, you know, in fact, any animal. Nice. But, you know, having, like, when you're going through the forest or whatever, you know, from one city to the next, having to worry at any point that you might be attacked probably gives you a completely different outlook on life. You know, you're much more tense, would be my guess. Like, as a general setting, you know, you pay much more attention to your surroundings, whereas I can dream walk through the city streets. Hi Num-Nums, how's it going? So I'm kind of wondering how much of that is related, like how much that influenced the culture and everyone in it. Because, you know, like in other situations, you still had the instinct, you know, fight back. And I mean, we even have that today. And that's, so I kind of wonder, like, you know, how much of what we know about this culture we've identified you. I don't think you've even seen us. Exactly as I had planned. And anyway, you know, so, and also, it's not just about, you know, being in danger and reacting to it, but also, you know, those psychoactive substances, like the mushrooms she's eating. Like, how many people were eating things that gave them more adrenaline and therefore, you know, made them more aggressive? But also, you know, maybe made them better warriors, and so therefore, you know, it was a desirable trait to have. This looks like a place we want to explore. Thanks. Counting down the hours. The hours to what, holiday, or? Huh. Ah, Roman artifact. We destroyed a priceless vase just to get the... or vase, just to get the Roman artifact. For example, greetings were probably invented A, to hear the accent, and B, someone who is starving and wants to kill Mugyu will be too desperate to go to the greeting through the greeting ritual. Yeah, I guess that's a good good influence, yeah, like rational. And I mean, the other thing, like shaking hands, was, you know, to show you weren't holding a weapon. So that was also like, you approach and you're mistrusting, and then you take the other person's hand, and that means their sword hand is occupied. So that was all a bit of negotiation. And security, yeah, but so I'm wondering, like, you know, Eivor going, she feels great when she eats these mushrooms.
Feels stronger already.
You know, that was like how much that has an effect on her personality. Just today and tomorrow of work. Okay, yeah. I get you. I had that on Friday. It was kind of nice to know that, you know, now the weekend starts and I'll be able to just do random stuff I want to. That's an interesting thing. Anything of interest in that building? Seem to be a lot of health items around here for there to be nothing. Although I guess, I mean, they do have like locations that you then you know, where they just put random stuff for you to collect. And, you know, just like where they don't expect you to be in combat. You know, just so you, when you regroup and go back, maybe, you know, after having failed a boss fight or something, I guess those are safe areas that you can regroup to and fill up. Well then, I hope work will go easily. Ooh, a glitch! Yes! Oh yes. Layla still looks a little more goth in this game than she did in the previous game.
Bex, you really have to hear this in here. 2 voices, definitely Isu. One of them is Alethea, I think.
From the staff?
Yeah, but I don't think these are contemporary. They feel candid, accidental.
I'll keep trying.
Ooh. So she thinks one is Alethea. And I thought the other one could be Loki. Okay, so there are a lot of lasers here. None pointed at anything useful yet. Huh. So those are not unstable, or what? Oh, that's a reflector, I guess. Splitters. Oh, okay. So we need to find wherever... Wait, was the spot where we were? No. That was just nothing, wasn't it? Somehow you know, like, every time we go into this, hey, we're just a contemporary person doing weird things in, you know, in this Assassin's Creed world. Okay, here. Okay, that doesn't work. So we have to redirect it around, and the orange walls are blocking. Alright. I don't know, I'm such a sucker for okay. So it splits it to over there. So we need to first go here. Anyway, you know, so I'm always happy when we get to these missions. Even though, you know, I love the rest, but kind of it feels kind of interesting. Alright. So can we go up there now? Yes, we can. So we have this bridge, and we need something up there. Oh, so maybe we need to do this. Because now I can first switch the other one over. So here's the thing, I don't think this is the solution. This just lets me get over there to manipulate that top one. Whoops. Okay, yeah, that's what these do. Jumped one too far. Too slow or didn't wait long enough, one of the two. Okay. Whew. All right. So now we have the splitter. We have two beams. And now we can point this beam, which wouldn't go through the hazards, I guess, if we did it directly. So we can point it at this one or this one. That one over there could probably go at this one. So let's point it at this. And do we have to go back or can we just jump down? I don't think we can jump down. And so we have to point that one at this. And then I guess we redirect the main thing to be able to get over there again. And then we can climb the real world items. Alright. Alright, we don't need to. We can just point this one up there. And we don't need the middle one anymore. Ooh. And now we go here. And point this one here.
Stop! Stop! Can you still love? You're injured. Now, let me see. No! No more, please. Let me die. Here. Now is quiet. No! This is not your end. There is a way. A piece of Eden. A staff. Attuned to this method of transfer. It may work. Layla, like the outcast's husband. A beating heart without a mind. Do what you must. I see no delay.
So I guess Alethea ended up in the staff? Or what we know as Alethea ended up in the staff because whoever she was made after died. Interesting. Not quite sure what this path, I think... Oh, actually we can get up here. I guess we could go up both sides. Ah, nice climbing. So we could have gone up there as well, I think. Yeah. But I don't think it makes a difference which way we go at this point.
Layla, it's Sean. I'm sifting through the videos you've been finding. This is an absolute gold mine. I hope you realize.
Feels like it.
This is literally the clearest raw memory stream footage we've ever seen from the Isu era. Only question is, who's feeding them to you?
So I think I saw something that said like exit animus or something like that in the menu, and I think I'll try that to see if I can get back to Layla, because I have the suspicion that these video feeds he is referring to is actually something we can watch in the real world.
I got
Not
the
just
data.
the audio.
Sending it now.
We saw a flash of someone walking earlier. So I guess that was the video. I like these. Okay. Animus. Let's save here, because I'm not quite sure what this does. takes us to Layla. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. But yeah, they've given her a lot more eye makeup, and I think her hair is supposed to be a little rougher as well. I think it's supposed to show that this artifact is having an effect on her. This dialogue seemed too much like an in-game dialogue, you know? And too little like it's just Layla doing something. I guess I can understand why they would use the same look. You know, because us playing is supposed to be Layla playing, you know? So the idea is that the skill things and all that are basically what Layla is, how Layla is adjusting the simulation.
Someone won't be happy.
Guess that plant is dying, or what is supposed to be happening? North settlements in England. Must send a team to excavate at the settlement location discovered through Layla's simulation. River Nini, near modern Leicestershire. Will we find bodies, grave goods, evidence of war? Plenty of precedent to go on here. Most towns in England ending with Thorpe and B were founded by Norse warriors. Even York comes from Jorvik, a Norse mutation of Eoforwick. Evolution works at all levels, on humans, on language. We know that the language of the settling Norse was a close cousin of the Old English spoken by the Saxons. In this way they were mutually intelligible in the most basic ways at least. This would account for the rapid success of the Norse when conquering and integrating with the locals. Shower thought, if the Americans still spoke English, they could invade the UK with similar success. Aww. Had to get that little jab in, didn't you?
Feeling okay?
Better. But I'm worried that it could happen again. The 2 data streams.
I can't promise it won't. I barely understand it myself.
It felt like 2 minds, fighting over 1 brain. It hurt like a shotgun to the head.
Right. There's something about this Vikings DNA sample that feels dense, noisy.
Could it be the staff? Interfering somehow?
How do you mean?
My headaches, my temper. They started the day I got that thing.
I hope you're not making excuses for, your friend.
Jesus, no. I'm not.
Sorry. Just take it easy. And if you feel yourself slipping again, let us know.
I'm trying. I really am.
Wait. King Alfred, aka also known as Alfred Rex, Alfred the Great.
Whoa.
Yeah, the planet doesn't seem to be doing very well here. What do we know about him? Famous for his holy vision of uniting all the kingdoms of England. One country under one rule, sort of a United Nations of England, maybe. Or just England. He never saw this vision come to fruition, though. He laid the foundation for it. Too busy fighting Vikings. Strangely, Shakespeare never wrote a play about Alfred and the Vikings. Missed opportunity, that. Now is the summer of our peace and calm, made clamorous winter by this loon of Jorvik.
Hello, Layla.
Why are we...
Sean, what do you make of the grave out there?
Well, it overturns a few hundred years of scholarship about the first Europeans to set foot in North America. Apart from that, it's just a bunch of muddy bones, isn't it?
Can we talk about this thing on my neck for a second?
Ah, the mood stabilizer. Yes.
It's not harmful, is it? I mean, I feel good, but I want to make sure there's no side effects.
There shouldn't be. It's only blocking outside signals, a passive effect. So the staff doesn't, you know, mess with you.
Sean, what happened last year, I had no control over that. I tried to resist.
I understand. And your old team, maybe they don't. But we've seen that sort of thing before. Still, if you want to work with us and get to the bottom of why the world is about to end for the second time in 8 years, then you wear that thing until we say otherwise. William's orders.
I know. It's not a problem.
It's just a few more weeks, yeah? Just until we figure this out.
You're right. I know you're right.
I wonder if this is supposed to be a burn. Yeah. If this is supposed to be, you know, like lampshading that she's being manipulated. That either the thing on her neck is something like maybe she's in a simulation, and the thing on her neck is actually something in the real world that they're just, you know, that she noticed and they're explaining it away to her quickly. Or, you know, if she's not in a simulation here and they put that thing on her, but apart from stabilizing her mood, maybe it also makes her suggestible. Would be interesting. I mean, he doesn't, like, they picked a voice actor for him that seems really nice. And so usually in games like this, if someone is supposed to be the bad guy, I think they get a different voice actor. So either they were really good at not letting you guess the plot twist coming, or there simply is no plot twist, which, you know, Assassin's Creed has depth in certain aspects, but their stories tend to be fairly straightforward. So my guess is he's a good guy. Just because that's how Assassin's Creed has worked so far. Hey guys, thanks for sharing with me the manuscript you found. It's truly amazing. For the first time we have a key to read some inscriptions from the precursors. That looks like Czech or something. Wait, it gets even better. I immediately saw some suspicious similarities with ancient languages. So now that I could decipher the glyphs, I dug into our precursor archives for more sources. I had to sort through the many different types of writings we found on precursor sites to find some similar to that inscription. It's quite puzzling how many seemingly unrelated writing systems they had. Maybe the precursors were not as monolithic a civilization as we think. That's something I thought, you know, like it. So far we've had, you know, kind of like Greek, Egyptian, Roman inspired cultures for precursor stuff. But now with Odin, it feels different. Like the entire architecture feels different in Valhalla. So what if basically like all the, you know, the world tree and all the different worlds, what if the precursors were actually a whole bunch of alien species who were on Earth? Or at least, you know, like maybe a few of them were on Earth and the rest, you know, just interacted with the ones that were in control of Earth. So that totally makes sense. So that's nice that the game kind of hinted at that earlier and is consistent in that way. And doesn't just pull that out of his hat now and say, hey, look, there are several languages here. And I mean, part of this is probably just that every development team probably made up their own writing system and language for the aliens. So that could be Or it could be that it's just filtered through, you know, whoever is used to get at the memories, you know, that they are interpreted and not 100% just handed down. Anyway, after more in-depth comparative work, the conclusion is unequivocal. This language is related to ancient languages from the Indo-European family, maybe even others. In fact, given the corpus I have studied, I would say that it is probably an ancestor to them, or at least it had a significant influence on them. This is truly fascinating. Does one spell truly like that? I would have left out the E. With that comparative work, I was able to partially understand some of the inscriptions. The one above reads, "When destruction and death threatens before us, and the solar flare is reaching to the calculator of futures we run." I put my other findings in this shared folder in case they can be of use to you. Keep me posted if you find anything else. Anthony. Okay, so that means that the Animus was basically their way of avoiding recurring natural disasters, or what? The question is, how natural are they even? Announced on this day, 6/2194 IE. The workers from the construction site are reassigned to the sanitation of the lake, effective now. I'm not sure what lake this refers to. Given the evidence found, we're pretty sure there must be a precursor vault there, and this message seems to confirm it. Unfortunately, we haven't found it yet. Maybe this will help. In Azerbaijan, okay. Translation. What was true is untrue. What was done is undone. It is a war, not a rebellion. All are summoned to fight. It's a war, not a rebellion. So the only rebellion I know of in Assassin's Creed history is when the humans left Eden. So if I remember correctly, the Isu made the humans as kind of a lesser version of themselves and as slaves. And basically the story of Eden with Adam and Eve is supposed to be, in this world, the story of some humans managing to escape from that and kind of cut themselves loose from the Isu. So I guess that rebellion? I hope I'm remembering that right. It sounds too much like Stargate. But I mean, that's the general ancient alien story, I guess. You know, oh, there were these aliens that caused culture. Something caused them to no longer be there. So either they died out or humans rose up against them because they were enslaving them, something like that. And so, I mean, given we have Loki in this story, what was true is untrue, what was done is undone, could hint at, you know, him tricking them somehow. That they thought they were doing X, and he was actually tricking them into doing something different. The war, not a rebellion, all are summoned to fight. So I wonder if they found out, you know, that someone helped the humans and maybe had prepared for that for a long time. Again, that might be Loki, or it might just be all Asgardians, versus, you know, the Greco-Roman deities. I don't know. This is the first part of the manuscript you found in Canterbury. It uses a cursive version of the alphabet that appears to be the same as the one used in the Voynich manuscript, although the handwriting is clearly different. Translation. Announced on this day, 2161 IE, a message from the Council. For the labor we cannot do ourselves, we require animals of great strength but limited sense, freedom of action but not of thought. To guarantee full control over their behavior, they must be credulous in matters of imagination. They must be suspicious in matters of fact. They must see patterns where there are none. They must doubt correlations that go against their desires. In all, they must be thought of as our instruments, not our children. They will build for us, harvest for us, toil for us, on land, in the sea, in the sky. They shall be tools to be used, not creatures to be coddled. So that basically is the work order that caused the humans, I guess. It's funny that they pick the most the most surprising aspects of the human brain and kind of say, hey, here, that's what the Izu planned us for, and that's why we're a little weird. Our current father, Yaldabaoth, has given the order to start production. Our current mother, Saklas, has compiled and presented the designs. Our current voice, Samael, has gathered the required talent. That is what Fulke mentioned, right? She mentioned, I think, at least Saklas and I think Samael. I'm not sure if I heard Yaldabaoth before. But Saklas, I definitely remember, and I think Samael was in there as well. Reminded me a bit of, what's it called? The red guy, Hellboy. They had someone called Samael as well. Is this an order sheet for humanity? I can't believe it. Where did Fulke get this? Did the Order have the knowledge to read this language? Try to find out more if you can, Layla. This is big. This is really big. I informed Mentor Miles. So Miles, I think, is the character from one of the first games. His name was Miles something. I tried to transcribe pages of the Voynich manuscript, by the way, but it's still gibberish. It must use some sort of encryption that precursor boxes can decode. This piece of ceramic was found in Jerusalem. Translation: this sun shone warmly inside, a burning sight. Now I soothe the wound in a lake of tears. An example of precursor poetry, and a pretty sad one at that. Note that the original text follows a meter of 16 morae per verse. Okay, whatever that is, I guess. I don't think I've heard the word morae in poetry analysis before, so either it's something specific to certain languages, or it's a word they made up here for like some syntax element. This tablet was found in Xi'an, I guess? Sian? I don't know. China. 2,800 shovels for shoveling, 1,750 axes for cutting, 880 plows for plowing. Lock or hide them. I suspect theft from inside. Shovels, axes, and plows? Why would the precursors use such rudimental tools given their advanced technology? Or did they keep their technology away from their human slaves? So many things we don't know about them. Alright. I think all the other stuff we've already read. Yeah, okay, here we have videos. Oh, Desmond Miles, that was his name. Not Miles something, but Desmond Miles, right. And that is like, I don't know, one of the first, if not the first Assassin's Creed games protagonist. But they are refueling the chairs of the Isu. Interesting. I don't know what this is actually for. What are they doing behind those people? Or are those maybe supposed to be humans? Maybe the ones cowering in the back are the humans. Because they were also like refueling the chairs, so maybe... This kind of looks like, okay, there's a tower of a city blowing up after lightning storm. So I guess they're scared, and the others just look at it and go, oh no, not this again. That is one of those helmeted guys going towards one of the... one sort of door or something. And this one... There is some sort of... a hall, okay. Weird fragments, but they don't really... they're not that much longer. Fascinating. Intriguing. More are Latin syllables, I think. They counted them slightly differently than we do today, I guess. Yeah. I guess, okay, that makes sense. Maybe I just never heard that in English or something. Or maybe I just didn't pay attention at school. I still don't know what that, you know, urgently putting these glowing sticks in the backs of their chairs thing is supposed to be. Can't even pick up the mail. Earthquakes down there. Out there. I guess, and the northern lights. We're in Maine or something, right? Destination Bangor, Maine. Da-da. My love means by no means king of the road. Okay. Out here, Layla cannot do the crazy climbing tricks. I mean, it's been like that a lot, but I was just curious whether... I mean, in the other game, she slowly learned as the game went on. Oh, and the word mora is nowadays used for syllables in languages like Japanese as well. Japanese is very systematic. Kake, kuke, ko, etc. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. That is, it might be something of like...
God, I could never get used to that.
Yeah, that either Mora is something exotic or made up would have been my guess. But Latin is actually pretty close then. Maybe it's more a generic term for like the components so that you can cover syllables and and constructs in languages that don't have syllables in the sense that other languages have them, can be covered. And I think here is where it will stop letting me run off, isn't it?
Layla, you can't run away from this.
Yeah. I love this effect that they just, like, leave the camera behind. And you can still keep running and walking if you want to. But, it kind of, like, it makes no sense here. I'm off screen. Okay, I have no idea where I am. I guess there's a wall here, but you don't see it, so it doesn't feel like you can't choose what to do. You was wondering what game you should play or buy next. 3 Remastered, Rogue One, Valhalla, or Syndicate? I'm probably the wrong person to ask here. The only Assassin's Creed game I've ever finished before was Odyssey. And now I'm working on Valhalla, and they're both good. The question is which kinds of games you like more. If you're more into, the mechanics introduced with Origins and later games, which are more role-playing games like, or if you're more into the stealth and collecting mechanics of the earlier games. There seems to be like a sort of a break among fans between at that point where Origins came out, because they tried something new. And so I don't know if you've played any others, Ronraz, and by the way, hi. Hello. Yeah, it's Valhalla is of course of the newer kind, so if you like that, then that's probably the right game to choose. On the other hand, if you want to save money or just like the old style better, or want to find out how the old games were, then of course the other games are kind of nice. I have to say, I played a little bit of Syndicate. You've played Unity, Ezio Collection, and Black Flag. And Origins. Okay, so at least you have a comparison between the two styles. So, like, if Origins was your favorite of that, not just because it was newer, then Valhalla probably is better for you. Otherwise, I have played some of Syndicate, and I think for me, like, it's the nicest game of the old ones so far. And I know many people who say, like, oh, it's their favorite Assassin's Creed game. And they actually gave that away for free a while ago on Uplay, I think. Or was it Epic or something? You played a bit of Odyssey and it didn't feel like Assassin's Creed. Then Valhalla will likely also not feel like Assassin's Creed for you anymore. Odyssey was kind of where they turned. Origins was kind of where they started the turn. Then Odyssey was kind of where they went full RPG. And Valhalla is by the same team that made Origins. So in some ways it's it went a little bit back to some of the things that Origin did that got lost on the way to Odyssey. Or dropped some things that were added in Odyssey in favor of more Origin-like things again. Which I'm, like there are some bits where I think Valhalla like I think for me Odyssey is my favorite game. Odyssey feels like a free mobile game that is trying to push microtransactions in your face. Okay, I didn't really get that impression. But I mean, microtransaction wise, I don't think Odyssey and Origins are any different. You can buy, armor mostly for cosmetics and a little bit for like the stats values, but you could just play the game without paying for anything. And of course, you have the whole in Odyssey, it's the orichalcum thing. Here, it's opal, where you can get a certain number of random money store items just for collecting stuff in the game and paying with that. So I really think that Ubisoft is really fair with like what they do with in-app purchases here. There's of course a bunch of DLC, season pass and all that stuff. I'm just waiting for the next sale on those, to be honest. Like I bought the base game standard edition and that's it. And that's what I plan, and I'll play that and finish that. And when I finish that and have the feeling I want to play more, then I'll go and, get the season pass or something. This game is, both Odyssey and Valhalla are huge games and will take me long enough to play. So by then there will be a sale on the DLC, I'm sure. I mean, there's already a 10 euros off sale on Valhalla going on right now, and on Epic, you get, for this sale, you get a 10 euro free coupon. So you're roughly at like 20 euros off. So basically you can get the game for 40 instead of 60 euros in my case. For your currency it might be slightly different, but like it's a good deal cheaper now. But anyway, so if you weren't happy with Odyssey, then my guess is, Valhalla is more of the same, basically. So that's probably not your game. And I would say, like, of the older games so far, but I haven't really... I think I've tried a little bit of Black Flag, that's the pirate game, right? But really, like, I basically did the starting tutorial or something, so I haven't done much there, but it didn't draw me in. But I've also not really been a fan of the ship battles in Origins or Odyssey. I've played a little bit of Origins as well, but I've never finished it. I got to Rome, I think, if that tells you anything. And Ezio Collection, is that like remaster of 2, 3, something like that? 2 and 3? Or whatever? Or is that just 1, 2, and 3? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so personally, I would probably go just because it's one of the few I know and have played a reasonable amount of. So Syndicate is really good Assassin's Creed game. For me, it feels like I can see certain things that I really loved about Odyssey and Valhalla here as well, that they were probably invented or at least perfected by Syndicate. But on the other hand, it's obviously one of the older Assassin's Creed games, and I've also heard a lot of the old Assassin's Creed fans say it's their favorite game. So I would say, if that's a choice, it'll probably be cheap and you can play that now. So that would be my suggestion. But yeah, Valhalla you can get for 20 euros off or something, or what is it, 30? Yeah, like 1/3 off, I guess, is what it is. Right now, on most stores, like I think on Ubisoft, if you have some what's it called? Ubi Connect or something is it called? What used to be Uplay. They have they have a deal at least where you can get, like, if you've bought another game before and have, like, I think 100 points or something, then you can get another 10. Then you can basically get the same rebate as you would get with the coupon that Epic gives you right now. So I think you can get to the 1/3 off, $40 instead of $60. Sale there as well. You can check that out as well if you want to buy from Ubisoft directly. Which, like, in general, I recommend buying the games from Ubisoft directly. And they have sales a lot of the time. So, at worst, if you think a game might be interesting, but you don't know yet, just wait until they have the next bigger sales. Like, after a while, like games like Valhalla or something, I think Odyssey is down to 20 or $25 now. And it was a full price game at 60 originally. So, like, you can get down to 1/3 of the price fairly quickly with Ubisoft games. So it's always worth going. If you're not sure and you're thinking, I won't buy it, then just put it on your wish list and see when it's on sale. And the same for the season pass. I think that's like $40 right now or something, and that's gone down to 20 as well. I guess Odyssey is probably a good indicator for that. Just look at what Odyssey costs now. And Odyssey came, 2 years ago? Came out. So basically, if you're willing to wait that long, you know that in about that time, at the latest, Valhalla will have that price as well, roughly. Alright, and I guess we'll go back inside and hook ourselves up again. Now that we've investigated everything we could there. Enter the Animus. That's actually a fun, one of the Odyssey soundtrack songs is called Enter the Animus. So let's go back to the past. Yeah. Yeah. But, in general, I've heard from some people that Valhalla is more old-style Odyssey, old-style Assassin's Creed again than Odyssey was. But it's not quite back where Origins was or where the original games were. It's still in the tradition of Origins and even Odyssey. But especially combat-wise, people have said that it's again more where Origins was, at least. And I'm drunk again. That's a weird bug. Why am I constantly drunk? Is Eivor an alcoholic? Where's the nearest AA meeting? Do I have to hand in my 1-year chip? Jesus! I mean, it's the effect is well done. I give you that. It's like how everything is kind of distorted, and Eivor is not standing straight, and kind of has this sudden urges to correct her balance and things like that. So guess if you load in, that's what happens. Okay, let's see. Where is that? Power level 250. Do we have any places left that we can raid that are not above our power level? Because I really need a monastery to raid. To level up my town. So that's a new thing in Valhalla, that you have this Ravensthorpe, your home city. And you know what, let's go over there and see what that was again. And you have you level this up. I guess that's the closest fast travel point either way. Yeah, I find it interesting that you find Odyssey as a free mobile game that is trying to push microtransactions in your face. I never really had that impression. Forward jump is only when you're running. I think that's why it doesn't seem to work for me sometimes. Okay. That's a kilometer away. That's the bloody cartographer. Which is probably the least useful investment, all things considered. Workshop, I think, was recommended we build, but I think we're 5 short. Oh, that's actually 85, so we're actually 45 short, not just 5 like for all the others. I guess we couldn't get out of the way. You scare them, they really attack you. That's sort of realistic. At least the first charge doesn't seem to cause any damage, or at least not significant anymore, but maybe that's just the difficulty or the level I'm at, or a combination of the two. Considering you don't need to buy the things to progress, it's just cosmetics really. Yeah, exactly. That's why I think, you know, like the microtransactions. I mean, it gets a bit annoying, especially after the game has been released. The menu screen kind of has all these, you know, like, here, this is the new stuff. And like they had, hey, pre-order Valhalla and things like that on there as well. That was slightly obnoxious, but it wasn't, you know, it was far from many others. Many other game companies that have microtransactions. And like, it's not, I don't know, it's not really, it doesn't have that big an effect on gameplay. You're still playing the same game. Like the one thing, or the few things you can get there that really have an effect, here, is all these boosts. Is that under utilities? Yeah. Where you can buy silver. What else is there? Ooh, that scrolling is not very fluid. You can get the XP boost. 50% more experience and silver. And those, but, you know, and here all the map packs. But, you know, like, those are kind of, those have a bit of an effect on the game. Like, they might make it easier. But you still have to finish the game. So they don't have as much an effect on your game as it has when you play on easy or medium or hard. You know, so I don't really see, you know, like how much that would help. And the map unlocks, you know, I kind of can understand, like, for people who want to play the game but don't really have much time, you know, maybe they played all the games before, but now they have a job that doesn't leave them much time to play games or something, but they still want to at least, you know, have a little bit of that game experience. You know, for them, it might be really useful to just get the complete map pack and unlock all the icons that way without having to run around. You know, so, so, you know, there's no difference in getting all this stuff. And you know, it's just to help for those people who you know, need a smaller game but want to play this nice game. Or, you know, maybe who have friends who have more time to play games and, you know, they want to have something to talk about together and they're both Assassin's Creed fans of the lore or something, then, you know, that's kind of what this stuff is useful for. It's single player though, so even if you buy this, you only cheat yourself. Yeah, that too. Like, I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a cheat. And also they're a comparatively good deal. Because what they do here is, it says permanent boost. And it says valid forever on all your save games. So that means if you unlock that and you start a new game, that new game starts with that boost. Same if you continue playing your game, of course, that game now has that boost. So you can, you know, like, one thing that you can do is make replays of your game. Like, if you're the kind of person who replays the games but doesn't want to replay such a large game, you can play it once without the boosts, just to get to know the game and, you know, to experience it how it was meant. And then you can buy all these boosts and play it, you know, faster and don't have to run around again and can make more choices, you know, of your own or something. And that I find is nice. The one thing that annoys me a little bit about that, I don't think there's a way to turn off any of these boosts. But like anything you buy in this store, it's available for all your save games. Which for a single player game makes sense as well, you know, so it's not bad. So, but you can totally just ignore this store button and just play the game. And it's a good game, so, and it's only these three, you actually see it here. Like, that's basically what the advertisements are. Like in Odyssey as well. So they're trying to sell you stuff here, and you have your menu here. That's it. So, I don't find it that bad. Would it be nicer if that stuff, you know, was more like unlocked via gameplay or something? Maybe, but, you know, I'm a person who has to work, and for some kinds of games I would probably do the same thing. Like with many of these games, I just go, well, I don't want to pay that much, so I'm not playing them. But for example, you know, if you get a game that is, you know, a little older, like if you get Assassin's Creed for $20 or even for free, like I got, well, a number of the old games then you can always just go and... Oh, we have to cross the river, I guess. You can always go then and say, okay, now I'll buy the unlocks, and now this is a game I usually wouldn't have played, and now they got some money from me, and I didn't, you know, I paid a little bit for that game, but it was the price of the bit of game that I will be getting out of it. So, I don't know, I find it's all fairly okay. Because, you know, you can ignore it. It's not like other games that constantly, you know, tell you, hey, if you don't, you know, if you aren't a subscriber right now, you know, they say, hey, it's free to play, and then you go, yeah, but if you're not a subscriber, you can't go into this dungeon. Or you can only go into this dungeon once a week, or something like that, you know? And here, buy the unlock for unlimited dungeons and things like that, and nickel and dime you to death that way, you know? I find that much more disingenuous. Or, you know, like, get gear that is, like, totally high level. No, if you buy... Like, I got... this... Where is it? This one. The Carolingian Helm was a Twitch drop. And that's basically an item... Like the entire gear set, so it's like armor, bracers, boots. I think it's a spear and a shield, or something like that. And you see they got them. It's mythical to start with, so that part is completely unlocked. That's how all of these items that you get from the store are. But you still have to level it up. That's what this one white segment means. I still have to upgrade it until it's full, and I still have to slot runes into it for it to work. And I mean, it has some extra, you know, like benefits here. Like if you have the full set, it says at low health, getting hit temporarily increases armor. And when high life, successful hits have a chance of increasing attack. But then if I look at the other ones, they have similar things, you know? Like here, the Raven Clan helmet, which is like the thing that you get at the start of the game. It has increased armor the lower your health is. So that's roughly the same thing. And additional increase to critical chance. And this one... So this is even sort of a worse item than the standard thing you get. Just that this one isn't top level yet. Because I can't upgrade it at this point in the game. So I'll have to wait now to get the extra 3 segments. That's really all that store content gives you. Also, mobile game microtransactions are worse because people with and without them have to compete against each other. Yeah, and I mean that's in some games you really... Oh, we can upgrade our cloak. Anything else we need to upgrade? Bracers, breeches, our cloak. So I guess let's upgrade the cloak. Bracers, and we don't have enough for the breeches, but we're almost fully upgraded on all of them now, as far as we can get at the flawless level. So we still have to get to mythical. But yeah, in multiplayer or games, of course, that's a big problem. And especially if like they have an effect on gameplay. But I think most games have kind of gotten the message that, you know, your free players will not be happy if you force them to compete with other people who can just, you know, get top gear for money. So usually they just let you speed it up a little bit. Oh, that's still the girl that is looking for her father? Okay. Let's look again. Luckily she fixed the door while we were not here, and see. From Lincoln. Home before a tree. So, okay. So that seems like a side quest we can maybe wrap up now. We just have to find Lincoln and find a father without a daughter. And of course there are some games where it's like, you know, like, what do you want to play? Like, many MMOs these days have a way to start as a higher class. So like, if the usual gameplay starts at level 50 or something, at level 1, then you can buy a character at, you know, or close to max level. So like, maybe if you have level 1 to 60, then maybe it's only level 50, so you have to level those last 10 levels. But the thing there is that they let you, you know, basically pay to get a character that can do endgame content. So if you're not interested in doing all the story missions, but you just want to play, you know, dungeons together with your friends, then many MMOs will let you do that. MMORPGs in particular. So like Star Trek Online has that, Star Wars The Old Republic has that, World of Warcraft has classes that start at a much higher level, things like that. So basically it's not...
All father favors you, April. I would join in that glory.
Gee, Aaron, I don't think you're a friend of mine.
Should you have need.
Although you might be. But the username is too ambiguous. So yeah, it's cool to, you know, be able to play with your friends even if you don't have the drive to do the whole MMO, you know. You just do a few dungeons and drop out again, and that's how they get you the basic gear that you would need to start dungeons, and the level and the abilities. And of course you have to have experience playing games like that so you can, you know, teach yourself all your skills. But that works. A friend of yours worked for a mobile gaming app before, and he also said they are based around attracting addicts. Whales and free players are just small fish that provide cheerleading for the whales. Yeah, that's yeah, I've heard that story too. The way I've heard it put, maybe that's just a translation issue, is that basically the small fish are not, I wouldn't say cheerleading, but it's more, that's basically the free-to-play game business model. There are a whole bunch of players who are freeloading on the game and just grinding all the queues and things, so making sure that, you know, when you come into a dungeon or something, there are always enough players available to play through that dungeon. But those are kind of, I guess you could say they're the coal for the engine. And the whales, which is a term that they also use in casinos in Vegas, by the way, yeah, are the people who spend a lot of money. And they basically go in, buy all the neat things they need, and buy cosmetics, and buy this and that. And, you know, maybe even buy the pay-to-win stuff, because they have a lot of money, but they don't have enough time, often. And and then they can they are able to play the game, and they have the free-to-play people to play with, and that's the only reason the free-to-play people are of interest. Well, there's like two reasons. Like, one reason for free-to-play to exist is as a free trial, so that the whale, when they come in, can just go, oh, I'll download that game and try it, maybe it's good, and then they'll go, oh yeah, that's actually the kind of game I like. And then they're kind of attracted. The first hit is always free, as they say among drug dealers, kind of like that. But then, of course, the usual, and you see that in different games, like in Star Wars: The Old Republic, you see that kind of. You can play a lot of the content and a lot of the story in particular for free, but you have less experience gain. You do not get certain kinds of gear. You cannot play in dungeons without paying extra. Things like that. So there are just certain things you cannot do, or that are just slower. And as soon as you're a subscriber, so a paying customer, all those annoyances go away. What are you saying? Or is that one of the kid salesmen?
So easy, I could do them myself if I felt like it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the Thousand Eyes
Always
merchant.
looking for help, so come back anytime.
Yeah, that's how you get opal in this game, by the way. And opal is kind of the thing where you can get store items for. But the problem with those store items is, of course, you can't just pick that set from the store and get it. You have to wait for it to come up in the rotation. But, technically, if you spend enough time, you can get all of the items from the cash store without paying cash. Drunk?
Come on, let's go drink.
Ah, yes. For this I am coming.
You've had enough, friend.
Bring me drink. I am unquenchable. Ah, what are you doing?
So we're actually doing some stealth here. Those drunks are useful. I don't think we've been in Lincoln before. I think it's slightly too high level for us. But maybe we can find out about that father. He's peeing in the corner. That's illegal. Bad for the shrubbery. Let's see, is there anything interesting on the map? Lots of riches. An underground entrance. Old Lincoln sewers. I guess that would have been another way to access it. And Roaring Meg's Spring. And I guess here's the drinking game. Oh, it's 12. sure we're doing this right. Is this really how this is supposed to go, or are you supposed to be a worker that cleans the bells or something? Instead, she just scratches herself. Being a subscriber doesn't make it faster. Paying for free makes it slower. Yeah. You enjoy playing in dungeons. Hi, Fuji. How's it going? Nice to see you here. Although, we're just about to wrap it up, I think, because it's 12 already. Although, you know what? No, let's not stop yet. Fuji is here, so let's not stop when Fuji arrives. I think we can play for another hour and then maybe raid some people. Not like Viking raid, but like Twitch raid. Wait, am I walking back now? Oh no, that's another exit. Okay. So let's go through here. I wonder if I see anything here. It indicates the fate of that father. Is that a Roman mask? I think the flighting was a happier mask. Oh, that's a pretend to be independent or something. Pretend to be blend in. That thing, I mean. Alright, yeah, but yeah, so I never really felt like these games, like they do microtransactions for things that I think shouldn't necessarily be microtransactions in a game, but they do it in a way that you can just ignore it. So it's like, you know, slightly evil. 226 down? What the heck? I think here 24 meters down, it says though. Ah, here it is. Okay. Here's explodey stuff. Some money for us. Some titanium. Ooh. And a wooden leg, in case we ever need it. I just realized, Fuji, were you being lewd? Did I miss it and you were being lewd? Was that what you meant to say with I enjoy playing in dungeons? Yeah, sorry guys. Didn't realize you were here. So I guess let's go further up. I don't think you can see me from here. Jesus. What are you? Okay, so I guess I'll stealth attack the others first and then see if I can... if I can get you when I don't have to worry about them coming by. wonder... Whew, that works. Okay. Oops. He set himself on fire, I think. No. Ah. Okay. Go over there. Yes. You're really going up there? No. Okay. Oh, you are. Okay, then I guess we'll just do this way. Alright. That was a small critical hit helping me out there. Just a bit of silver. Not a pity. You seem to have some more stuff. Oh, and that's the explodey stuff to carry. Okay. There's a lot of explodey stuff. I kind of suspect that there's no easy straight way down there. Oh, okay. So one explodey stuff is for here. Yeah, and wait until the explodey stuff has stopped burning. Maybe check out what goes on here. Yeah, I guess I can get more explodey stuff and drop it down there. I can actually get the same one again. Always nice that these explosive vases. Does it? No. Okay. They respawn so quickly is what I meant to say. Before I got interrupted. Now I'm picking up the body, aren't I? Oh, okay. Wow. Ooh. Just use the arrow, but at least this time it worked. Although it seemed to hit too high again. Alright. Here we are. Let's grab those arrows just so we're full. Yeah. Sure, you don't have to use the ladder. Use the wall if you want. It's fine with me. Sometimes I wonder if they teach these Vikings anything in school. That seems like a nice hidden secret area. Slidey downy. Having my candle on here. There is water there. You are an enemy, aren't you? Yes. Enemy. So I guess that's that. Oh, what's this? Winter chanterelle. So that looks red, but is actually just Healing, okay. It's interesting how they go, oh yeah, all these mushrooms. You can collect mushrooms. And some of them might be good and some of them might be bad. And I think I've encountered like one that was bad in one level where you kind of had to try it. And of course there are the fly agarics that, you know, give you hallucinations for an extra challenge, but that's different. Right, I guess we can turn on our torch again. Nobody here. Why is there so much healing stuff here? I mean, it's nice. The skulls make it seem like this is some... I guess this is supposed to be a smuggling den? I'm kind of suspecting that there might be some swimming in my future. Bandit camp here, I was just about to say. Maybe that's why all this health is lying around here. But I like this, you know, it's... I think, like, the people on the Origins and Valhalla stream, they seem to be more about changing things up and trying new things. And the Odyssey team seems to be more about, you know, doing reliable and predictable game design, you know, but in not like predictable in, oh my god, it's boring, it's so predictable, but in you know, just in the way him. Alright, get back up there before anyone misses their friend and sees me. I wonder if these bandit banners are in any way exchangeable. You know, it would make sense that if you find this area early and it's related to the cult or whatever, that you would then, you know, be... fall down? Interesting that they never come to investigate unless they see me. So yeah, I was thinking, like, you know, it would make sense if this were just a generic bandit camp. If you found it early. And then they replace the flags there and turn it into a Cult of Cosmos camp or something, and, you know, reskin the NPCs basically. Then it might just be, you know, a little more quiet or something. So, do we have everyone now? I think so. Okay. Vehicle for upgrading. So I think we've upgraded most of the items we want to upgrade already. I don't know what I just did. It said interact and then didn't do anything, so my guess is this is something for later. How they, you know, like the thing why I was saying the Origins and Valhalla people were probably more into, you know, trying new things is because this is basically the same as all the bandit camps we did in Odyssey. But it's a completely different location. This time it's underground. And that makes it so much more interesting, you know, to not have 5 million. You know, do you have like, I think we had 2 or 3 bandit camps per state and a whole lot of Greek states that we all had to take over. Whereas, you know, that they were all basically the same assets, just repeated. And it's just so much more interesting. Oh, I'm already full on arrows, right? Just habitually went looking for arrows. So there's one up there. Is that all? I thought there was another one. Ah, here is something that's higher up. So this, like in Odyssey, this would mean I'm here too early, and this is a location specifically designed to be, you know, for a special occasion. And, you know, there might even be a cutscene here or whatever. Yay, we got fabric! Whereas in here, I wouldn't be surprised if this was just to change it up. And I'm not actually ahead of time, and this is just, you know, another spot for me. Ooh, there's a key up there somewhere. I mean, it could be that that's in the middle of the city somewhere. Kind of did a physics dance. Those things are above. Yeah, okay, so they're over there somewhere in the city. I guess we did the old Lincoln sewers, but not whatever that spot is. Okay. There are keys above us. Not the cheese, Milo. Not the cheese. The keys. And a ball of yarn. Yay. Finally, they're giving us the good stuff. That's where we came from, right? So I guess we should go over here. No! Ah. At least we fell right next to the food. Interesting. No idea, but interesting. Or is this where we came in? Yeah, I think this is where we came from, right? This is the corner, and then we shot that guy. He's really not good at playing dead, is he? Ah, that's just the side alley. Okay. So, I guess that over there is the exit then. At least as far as we're concerned. And I mean, yeah, usually they design the game for the paying player, of course, and then go, okay, how can we make this a little worse but not impossible for the free-to-play players, or something like that. Like, of course, a lot of quality of life or optional things are also usually only given to paying players, you know, like I don't know, being able to set a title on your character, being able to I don't know, customize your companions or things like that. Okay, door locked. So supposedly there were 1,000,000 keys above us. And I guess that's one place what they are for. For which they are. Whatever. I know English goodly anymore. Is that where we came from? Yeah, I think that is where we came from. Oops, I didn't actually want to jump down. Oops. 200 meters above us. Guess we'll go outside and see how we can get maybe at least to that skill point or something. Where are you? Oh, hi. You seem cold. Oh, this is nice looking. That's all over where the city is. So this is the other underground entrance. There's the other spot, then I guess we'll go over there. Oops, I stubbed our toe there a little. Oh, that's underground. Okay, this seems to be slightly less inhabited. Is there a key? Yes, there is.
Stretch your wings, Sunan.
The delay on these voice messages when you go into the Eagle is kind of weird. You would expect them to stop it immediately. I guess there's a lot of silence at the start or something like that. Pay attention which key we got. I wonder if that's already the one we need for down there. Oh, but maybe it's probably more for here. Oh, yeah, that was the local key then. And another cellar. Ooh. What do you have for me, cellar? You have some celery for me. Hi, snake. Snake didn't actually catch fire. That room was just to surprise us, I guess. There's something useful off in that room, probably. Nope. Just death. Total? Yes. Loot chest. More fabric. Happy. Fabric do we have now? Are we slowly nearing being close? We need 6 fabric. Yeah, 5. Wow, we're close. Or we could get another ration upgrade. Then we need more iron. nothing goes up here. So this was nice for the fabric. But not quite what we hoped for. Quality of life is rather the ability to queue up skill training or similar, or to store more items and transfer them, or to travel faster, or to have more traders available. I guess it depends on the game, but yeah, like sometimes it's just, you know, making the UI less annoying. You know, like having fast travel available without having to unlock it or something. Those are actually considered in games with large maps to be quality of life things. Where it's just like, well, I would have to run around as much and now I don't have to anymore. But it also depends, you know, if there are missions that are about getting from A to B and you can cut it short with fast travel, then of course
Be my eyes.
that doesn't make as much sense. Oh, there's something over there. Building. That's a blocked door. That's a blocked window. Oops. Seriously. It's always, if I don't hit them on the second shot, it's rare that I actually get them on the third one. Actually, let's try to hide you. I'm not here, you didn't see anything, don't worry. Everything is fine. I'm just tending to the flowers. And you know, my back isn't that well anymore. Hammer to the side of that building. So how do we get inside here? There is something I want in there, I can hear it. The loot is speaking to me. I thought there was a front entrance, but apparently there isn't one. Oh, adrenaline is full. That's nice. Not a door. Ah. Didn't realize. I guess I didn't have to kill these people. I guess let's climb up here. See if there are any doors or windows I can enter. Like how? could have gone in here. Just screwed up my non-lethal approach, I guess. I'm sorry. My bad. Locked door. Great. So where do I find this bloody key? It says something about key over there. And also this thing wants to explode. Do we have explodey arrows? Yes, I think one is explodey arrow. Yes. That's interesting. Nothing in here. Nothing here. Collect key. Alright, anything else here? Not really. Oh, there would have been an explodey thing. Okay. Haha. Sometimes it would pay to search around and destroy a little more. But then I have explodey arrows. Piercing shot upgrade. Shoot an arrow with enough force to pierce through nearly any obstacle. Upgrade multiplied damage for each enemy the arrow passes through. Oh ho 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 ho. That's nice. That's nice, but not right for a time capsule. A mighty pirate appears. Hi, Guybrush. How's it going? Yeah, I'm running a little late today, so you actually had a chance of catching the stream, I guess. I've just been thinking, like, I'll probably be ending in 50 minutes. 15. Why is it so dark in here? Oh, this is where I was already. Okay, so where was my roof entrance? Up there somewhere. Can I go back there? Come on. Okay. Yes. Nice. Maybe not have your torch out while you're climbing around the roofs of the building you just ransacked. So, hi, Mr. Guybrush. Oh, I should probably do some things. For example, I should do this. Don't be afraid. Okay, I haven't heard of that game before. And also, of course, you stream as well, Mr. Guybrush. Still on Ori and the Blind Forest, I see. Oh, hi, Tyrael. Didn't see you there, sorry. 5 minutes late. Such a bad streamer. I don't see anyone. Oh, and of Fuji also gets a shout out. Those are the streamers I know and I've seen. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, we're just Assassin's Creeding around, trying to mostly avoid main mission. So I couldn't resist to go and have a peek outside the simulation today. Alright. 95 meters down is another treasure. 142 meters down. I think that's a Roman artifact. Because it looks serious and not happy like the flighting. Surprised to see that this awesome singer is also playing games. Oh, thank you. Who are you talking about? What is this game? Looks like fun, but you've never played any Assassin's Creed. I enjoy it. It depends on how you want to play, and this one is really flexible in how you want to play. Like, I play very stealth heavy, so I tend to run around and, you know, do a lot of picking off people with arrows. And, you know, sneaking in places and trying to hide high up and things like that. Alternately, you could also just walk through and bash in everyone's head. So it's very flexible like that. Which is good. Like, sometimes you have to bash in someone's head, and sometimes it would really be better to be stealthy. But it's really cool. And they have a good story. It's a nice mix of, you know, historical simulation and just a dash of sci-fi. Basically, the premise is people from the present use their sci-fi machine to investigate past stuff. And so that's always fun. And the funnest thing about Assassin's Creed is that you can do crazy free climbing. Like, basically everything that is around you, you can climb. Oh, and this, by the way, is a suspicion area. So that means, like, I can actually freely walk around, and most people will not mind me. But, like, I have to avoid soldiers, or they will attack me. Like, if I get too close to them, they will recognize me, basically.
This area is off limits.
Oh, and this is an off-limits area, so that means someone might spot me. So let's see.
Survey the area, Sunan.
Okay, yeah, that's stuff we want. I guess this person carries that around with them. So let's go to proper sneakiness. Oh, I can probably approach this from the other side. Oh, you forgot the space, probably. Ooh. That was dumb of me, but apparently they didn't notice me enough. Whew. Don't let yourself be distracted while playing stealth games. That could go badly. Actually, let me get my eagle again.
Guide me.
And see if there are, wrong way, entrances anywhere. Let's see. Oh, here is an entrance. That might be good for sneaky business. Unless that guy sees me. That's promising. And this game, like if you want a similar game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is probably on sale right now. So that might be a good game to try the new style Assassin's Creed with and not pay a lot. I guess we'll retire you. Oh. They saw me. Yes, they did. So, if they see you, you have to go more like this. Oh, you're still alive. Oops. May have lost his head a little. And I should probably disappear before that guy comes in from the outside. Already saw me. Not good. Okay. Oh. That's a special ability. Oh. These are actually slightly higher level enemies in this area, so I don't actually want to pick a fight with them. But I guess I've collected all the riches here, that's good. So now how do we get over there? I guess we just pretend we're a normal citizen. Go back out. The properly forbidden area and go in the area where they will just be a bit mistrusting of us. Yeah, if you the Twitch sings symbol, the asterisk is Twitch sings in one word, so that's probably why you got the emote. So right now I'm not doing super stealth. I was putting more effort into stealth a little earlier. Came to that underground base. Oh, okay. So I guess this is where we need to get into. It's kind of nice they have like their own design language here. Where, you know, you can recognize... Ah, here's the Roman artifact. Timmy fell down the well. So you have lots of random things. Like, I'm only doing, like, random side questy things right now. But, you know, like, the boards up there were kind of like the dry, brittle-looking boards. So you can kind of tell, okay, this is something that I can break open. Which is really well done in this game, that most places you can recognize what you'll be able to wreck, I guess. Alright, let's see. There are a few more riches here. But yeah, it's almost one. Yeah, but so if you want to try out an Assassin's Creed game, Odyssey is a really fun game and probably on sale right now, so you can probably get that for fairly cheap. Origins is slightly older and doesn't quite have all the decision-making and role-playing aspects that Odyssey and Valhalla have. So kind of that's still a fun game, but it's more pure stealth and with a fairly linear story. And then as you go back, it's more linear story and more combat and a bit of stealth. But as I said earlier, they gave away Assassin's Creed Syndicate a while ago for free, so if you can get your hands on that, that's probably fairly cheap right now as well. That's also a... in some ways it introduced some of the modern things that this game has. So those would be good things to get your feet wet with Assassin's Creed. Just be aware that anything after Origins is quite different to anything before Origins, and Origins is kind of the game where the change started to happen but was not quite completed. So some people only like the old style games, some people only like the new style games. Some people just go, oh, it's all Assassin's Creed to me. You'll have to see for yourself what's your preferred kind of game. But like for the big open world games, Odyssey and Origins and Valhalla are kind of where it's at right now. Okay, we still haven't found the father in Lincoln that we were originally looking for. What's this? Oh, those are just the sewers. Okay. I guess there's Lincoln itself. That's a pity. Yeah, we found like a little side quest where a little girl is waiting for her father to return from Lincoln. And we haven't found him yet. So maybe we will one day. Roaring Meg's spring. You know what? Let's go out there to that spring. That looks like it might be a pretty spot to get to. Okay, yeah. That away. Alright, I think over there is... Yes, cow. I like you too. But yeah, the climbing in these Assassin's Creed games is like, it makes it, you know, kind of quite fun because you can do so many shortcuts. Whoops. Hi guys, don't mind me. Just passing through. I don't actually want to do anything to your fort. Yes, don't mind me, I'm just leaving. Alright, let's find these springs then. In some games you make a point of logging off your character in a nice spot. Yeah, that sometimes it's nice to have... I mean, these are generally, especially the new Assassin's Creed games, of course, are really pretty, and you know, they're AAA games, so you can kind of expect that as well. But that's where we came out earlier. Who is Roaring Meg, I wonder? hint there. I was kind of hoping that if we walked down a little further or something, we would meet or see whoever Roaring Meg is. Alright, but I guess I'm kind of also losing my concentration by now. I guess we'll just figure out what this mission over there, this...
Help me! Help! Please!
What happened? Were you bit?
Oh, yes. Snake bit. Just like you. Attack!
Jesus. How rude these are. Alright. By the way, I'm playing on easy combat difficulty, but highest stealth difficulty. So if you play on another difficulty, this will probably be a lot less less easy for you.
Hey!
Okay, I guess he was stuck. Read. You have done well in this mission, Linston, but there is more work to be done if Lincolnshire is to be free of heathen scum. As agreed, you can strip the Danes of whatever you find, but try not to kill them. The live ones pay more than the dead. Oh, so he was a slaver. That was kind of rude. People have loot for me. They just fell all in a pile. Oh, those are the people he has killed and looted, I guess. Alright, that makes sense, I guess. That's why all these bodies are there. I thought, like, I didn't really directly fight so many people. But that's the fun thing about this game. Like, there are lots of, like, small missions, like small encounters that you can have like this, which are, you know, a bit of story and, like, flavor of things that happened in this time. Get some of the arrows back, yes. And so I always find that fascinating, that they, and of course you get experience for it, so who am I to complain? Might be a little more work to get through this incident if you're on a higher difficulty. So anyway, let's just pop in those 2 skill points. This, by the way, looks scarier than it is. Basically, what you see is something like this. Just the major abilities that you can unlock. And there are 3 sectors. Like, there is the... there is the order... the Raven skill tree, which is stealth and stuff. There is the... what is it? I think it's wolf. Yeah, it's there's the wolf skill tree, which is basically ranged combat, and there is the bear skill tree in red, which is basically melee. And so that's it. And you can just unlock, and at any time, if you chose an ability that you don't think you want, you can reset, you can unchoose it. Of course, there are some abilities that are in a chain. So depending on what you do, it might unchoose other abilities. And you kind of start from the middle here. But it's kind of nice because like you have to follow these lines. And so they kind of force you to choose a few abilities that fit together. And of course, you don't have to choose only from one tree. But like what I did is I focused on that one tree, and then I started like peeking into the other trees. And now I'm trying to get up here, because here is an ability, arrow reinforcement, that lets you shoot better arrows that you can pick up once you've shot them. Like in this game, basically you get some of your arrows back when you walk over the people you've shot, but other arrows just break, and arrows that don't hit break as well. And with this, apparently arrows will never break, and you can collect them just, by walking over them. So if you didn't hit someone, you can walk a circle around them, get all your missed arrows back. Which is nicer than having to collect them every time. And like the number of skills is your power level that you've unlocked. So that basically controls what you're supposed to be doing in game. And so since I usually play, I like to play these games stealth heavy, and I like to pick off people from afar with my bow as part of stealth. It seemed natural to first go for the stealth tree, which has some ranged abilities, and then go for the proper ranged tree. And then maybe at the end I'll go for melee. But I guess this is where we might call it a day today, because we've been going for a few hours now. I hope that those of you who have been here enjoyed it. I will be here again. It's 1 p.m. now, not 12 noon as it says here, that we ended, so we went an hour long. And we're already an hour longer than usual, and we're starting an hour later. So usually we're from 7 to 11, but over the holidays we will be from 8 to 12 Central European time, or 8 to 1 in this case today. So if you want to see some more, come back tomorrow. I will be streaming some more. We'll just be mopping up. I'm trying to stay away from the main story over the holidays, as much as I can at least. I might get impatient at some point. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And now, if you will, we should go on a little raid. And I have a person in mind. Let me just check if they're really online. They're streaming... Let me just see. Are we there? Looks like live. Okay, good. They're playing Cyberpunk. So, that's where we'll be going. Say hi if you can't stay, if it's getting too late for you or whatever. Then, say hi. Maybe, leave them a follow or something if you think you might want to return for that stream. They always start streaming at 1, so that's good. So we're going to raid Meluist. Thank you for being there. Bye-bye.